Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the Logitech Pro X wireless gaming mouse. Now, this retails for roughly $160 US. I'll include a link in the description for those of you interested in picking one up. And in full disclosure, this was not furnished to me by the manufacturer. I did purchase this. In fact, I actually bought this last year, and I'm glad I'm finally getting to open it up. For anyone wondering why, well, if you follow my channel, you know it's been a rough 8 months or so for me, but I now am finally getting around to some of these lost reviews, this being one of them. So you can see, and for all I know, Logitech will come out with an upgraded version tomorrow. But either way, I still own this, I still bought it, I still want to use it, and again, it is less than 63 grams. It uses the Hero 25K sensor, zero filtering, zero smoothing, zero acceleration. You get the picture, and there's a reason that it is, at least again at the time of this video, the most expensive wireless gaming mouse that Logitech produces. It does come in a variety of colors. I went with white. This is going to get dirty faster than anything else, but it fits at least the motif of my setup. So without further ado, let's go ahead and crack open the box. And I'm just glad I'm finally sharing it with all of you. I'm curious as to whether or not all of you actually, have this mouse already, or are you looking at it? And the good news is that if Logitech does refresh this tomorrow, a new version will just mean this will be more affordable, which is definitely not a bad thing. So let's go ahead and get it out of the box. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with my Lightspeed G502. I just felt like it was time to find out what everybody was raving about with this. Unfortunately, I'm finding out roughly 7 months later than when I actually purchased it. But that doesn't really change anything. And I will tell you immediately, its name, or rather the title of being the lightest, most powerful mouse Logitech has ever made, I can feel it already. This thing is kind of insane. So we'll see how it works. I expect great things. We have two buttons on the side. And that's the thing about this, it's super light. It doesn't have the customization or the number of buttons that my Lightspeed G502 has, but this should be better in many ways depending on what you plan on doing with it. The G502 I felt like was the best of both worlds, obviously a gaming mouse, but it incorporated more customization with its additional buttons that could be mapped. Here, we're just going for, less is more. Simplicity has its opportunity to shine, is the way I would look at it. And yes, it's expensive, but the performance should be excellent. So we're going to find out. And, if I do still prefer my G502, I guess my wife will have a new mouse. She certainly won't complain, especially the white color is going to match her setup as well, since she's got a nice Corsair, white silver combo keyboard, just waiting for this mouse. So Pro X receiver, the USB adapter, if you will, if you don't want to go directly into your system, which you can, of course, with this dongle, but in the event you want to keep it off the machine or it can't make clearance, this is one way to do it, and that is a micro USB there, which, I'm not quite sure why Logitech wouldn't have gone with Type-C on this end, but, I do know why. It's called costs. And, let's be real, Logitech shouldn't be incorporating micro into anything, and for all I know, that's going to be the big change on the refresh of this mouse, even though, again, I just opened it here in 2023. But the fact of the matter is, this is going to continue to be on the market for quite some time, regardless of the fact that, I took so many months to finally get to it. But, when you get severely injured, like I was, that's the nature of things, right? Life does, your priorities change, but that's another topic for another time. So our Type A to, yes, again, micro USB cable there, with also the fact that it's got that custom, fit that isn't going to work on, well, any other device. Logitech likes to do this. It's not a new thing. In addition to that, we have, let's see what else is in here. I have no idea. Again, it's my first time looking at it, but let's see what they threw in here. I could have looked at the contents, right? That would have made life a little bit easier. Got a lot of stickies here. So these appear to be, I'm trying to figure out if these are grips or what. I have no idea. Let's look at the actual packaging, since, I'm not even able to tell you. So also important to note, battery life per Logitech, again, on this little guy, incredibly light little one, I should say. We're looking at, they're saying 70 hours, which will be great if true. And at this point, I think we've established real battery run times on this thing, considering it's been on the market for almost a year. We're getting there. And I'm looking to see what's in the box. So the mouse, the receiver that I already showed you, the charging cable, we have a cloth for cleaning, optional grip tape. That's what I thought it was. An optional aperture door with a PTFE foot and user documentation. So that's pretty much it. I will also say that Logitech went the extra mile with packaging, but packaging only is impressive for so long, right? I mean, it's a nice touch, but it isn't the reason to ever buy anything, clearly. It's just something that at least makes you feel good about a purchase in a lot of areas once you get it. But the fit and finish on this thing is nice. There's no question about it. And I expect the performance to be excellent. The little hatch down here gives way to a place to store your receiver. Pretty straightforward, nothing new from Logitech, and that is pretty much it. And this is that other back door that they were talking about, and it's pretty much it. We got a Logitech gaming sticker. Again, it's what I thought they were, just additional grip in the event that you are pro and you actually feel that this is too slippery. And I could see how that's possible. It's not unrealistic, but it's going to be an interesting change of pace from my older G502, which, has served me well, and I really do love that mouse, but the reality is that nothing lasts forever. And, when the time comes that you have a new offering like this, you have to think about, what advantages potentially it has to offer over what you're presently using. And that's exactly what brought me to this lightweight mouse. The fact that, my right hand is not what it used to be, to say the least, is another thing that will be helpful. Granted, it's not so easy to keep my right hand up, but having a lighter mouse isn't going to hurt. And this is, again, what I have been using, so just side by side, and maybe I'll do a comparison. I mean, it's really a matter of personal preference, I think, in many ways, because they are very different, even though they're both, a little bit more dynamic with the 502 because it's got so many more buttons, but that doesn't make it the better mouse, does it? Sensitivity, comfort, ergonomics, those are the things that weigh in. And how about lifespan, in terms of, how long will that mouse actually last? We all know a lot of Logitech mice in the past. I am a victim of it just like all of you. That left click goes and it's right outside of warranty and it makes you want to never buy a Logitech product again. Hopefully that doesn't happen here. This is a very expensive mouse, just like the G502 I just brought into frame, but look forward to putting it through its paces and start using it. But it's really nice, and hopefully the performance does blow me away. Again, let me know in the comments if you already own it and what you think about it. I'm curious to know. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them, hit that like button. And as usual, please feel free to subscribe, and please stay safe. Later.